there. I just want to show you a quick video about the VA renovation program. I'm getting a lot of calls about this program. It is a wonderful way for someone to get into a house that might not be currently ready to suit their needs. And it's great for sellers too, because oftentimes there are repairs that need to be done. The seller doesn't want to do it. And so that's a win-win situation. So in this video, I want to share some frequently asked questions about the VA renovation program. So first question is, what exactly is the VA renovation program? This is a VA loan using VA guidelines that allows veterans to get a home that's less than perfect and roll in renovation costs. And so what is the difference between VA renovation, 203K, USDA, and home style? Those are the different programs by the different agencies. So 203K is the FHA version of this. Home style is the Fannie Mae version of this. And then we've also got USDA, which is the USDA version of this. And so this program, the VA renovation program, is the VA version of a renovation loan. Now, you might be wondering, where the heck is this mentioned in the VA handbook? It's mentioned in Chapter 7, Section 4 of the VA handbook. If you ever go and look at it, it's literally a paragraph. It's very, very short. This program is actually, there's a lot of lender-specific guidelines, and there's a lot of misinformation about this, because what I found out, there's a lot of things that people think are VA guidelines that are actually lender-specific guidelines. So there's a lot of misinformation. So be very, very careful when looking at sources online of where they actually got their information, because a lot of them are just wrong, which is sad. So, for example, this next question, what are the renovation limits? A really majorly wrong one. I've seen some that say 35,000, some that say 50. Actually, they're both wrong. Actually, there are no real limits set by the VA as far as the maximum renovation amount. Each lender has their own specific guidelines. So I know one that's 35, one says 50, one says 100, one says 200. Most are in that 50 to 100 range for your renovation limits. There is, I know of one that's at 200, but they're so restrictive and have so many other crazy rules, I wouldn't recommend anybody goes there, but the program is out there. So yeah, the VA does not regulate this at all. And again, don't believe the online people that don't trust the internet, and even the ChatGPT, because the GPT tools pull sources online and they're getting it wrong because the internet information on Google is wrong. So yeah, there actually is no limit. This next one, what types of repairs? That's another one that's lender specific. Most lenders will allow any types of things that are done for health and safety. The big one that they don't like is any sort of structural repairs. I don't know anybody that allows structural repairs just because it takes a lot longer and there's a lot more restrictions. And so, yeah, you're not going to be able to do structural repairs with a VA reno loan. There is a program called 203K, which is FHA's version of this. It's much less restrictive on structural repairs. So that's the way I'd recommend if you have a lot of structural issues on a house. Next question, are rates higher on VA renovation? They can be. It's lender specific. I have noticed that most lenders will charge more on any renovation product, not just VA renovation. That's just how they roll. Next question related to this, are closing costs higher? Yes, they are higher because you will have extra fees related to the renovation, such as there could be a potential inspector needed. You'll have title fees. Your title fees are higher because they have to issue additional checks, have to do additional title searches. So yeah, they are slightly higher. But the great thing is your renovation related closing costs can be rolled into the loan. So what you'll do is you'll have a renovation budget, and those renovation closing costs are part of that budget, can get rolled in. So let's move on here. Can occupancy be delayed if the home is being renovated? No. Typically, even though the VA doesn't really address this, and it seems like the VA would be okay with it, this is a very lender-specific question. Every lender I've talked to does not allow delayed occupancy if the home is being renovated. So what does that mean? So typically, if you're not PCSing, you need to occupy the home in 60 days. And so you need to think about what kind of repairs can you do to get that home ready to go in 60 days or less. Now, there is a thing called delayed occupancy. It's a very specific VA guideline. Although I don't know, it's rare that a VA approved lender will approve any delayed occupancy. The only one I see that's really common, and I've done these all the time, is a PCS situation where somebody's active duty, they're coming to here in Ohio or going wherever. And in those situations, occupancy can be delayed up to a year. I have a whole other video about that. But on VA reno, you don't count on occupancy being delayed. You need to make sure that is in your contractor agreement that you can get in there 60 days or 1 year if you're PCSing. Next question, kind of related to this: can payment be deferred? And no, it cannot. And so you might have a situation where you have two mortgage payments or a mortgage payment and a rent payment while you're trying to move in. Now, if you need to delay payment, the FHA has a program called 203K that actually will let you defer payment. So if that's important to you, that might be a better option for you. Next one, can I do the work myself? The VA doesn't really address this. I've not seen any VA guidelines that address this, but every single lender I've talked to says, no, you cannot do the work yourself. That's any renovation product, not just VA Reno. They don't want you doing the work yourself. It's a health and safety violation. You might do it wrong, all those kinds of things. And it's kind of a pain because some people are actually pretty handy and want to and are able to. And unfortunately, no. So, but if you're a handyman or handywoman, you might have a friend and, you can always run the contract under their name and things like that. And there's ways around it, but no, you're not supposed to do the work yourself. And so you will have to have a contractor estimate or contractor bid. And the next question, does the contractor need to be VA approved? Yes, they do. Luckily, I have a team that can help you get that done. So if you have a contractor, they're good, it's a possibility. It's not a possibility. It's a probability that I can help them get VA approved. That show licensing, all that kind of thing. So yeah, we can help them with that paperwork. But there is some paperwork the contractor need to fill out. They will need to have license and insurance and be legit, not be doing things under the table, not hiring people that they shouldn't be hiring. They definitely need to be a legitimate business for sure. This one's a huge one. Are contractor deposits allowed? A contractor deposit is where the contractor says, you know what, I need some money up front for material costs. And so this is a huge issue in the VA renovation space that some lenders do not allow contractor deposits. Because I'm a broker, I have multiple companies I can send things to. So if you're in a situation where your contractor says, I have to have a deposit or I'm not doing it, and that's somebody you want to use, I do have a lender that will allow those. So if we're having a discussion about contractor deposits, please make sure to let me know what that contractor's policies are. And that way I can send the loan to the appropriate place to make sure that happens. Next question, how long do I have to get the work done? There are limits. Each lender has their own limits for timelines. I see some lenders are at 4 months, some that are at 6. That's typically what I'm saying for that. So those are some frequently asked questions about VA renovation loans. As always, if you have any questions about VA rental loans, VA loans, or any kind of loans, give me a call. My number is 937-572-3713. Or can also be reached at Scarpero.com. Talk to you soon. Bye.